these miracles in all his technology. Like if you look at right now, what are we transitioning into? We're moving from a democracy into a technocracy. And what that simply means is, it just means that you're going to have a society ruled by skillful elites with a background in high science. That's all that's transitioning. That's why the RFID chip is coming. So we're really in the time of this devil being exposed.
And just to oppress people more, because in Deuteronomy it says a nation has strange speech. So that strange speech is the technology they have, because a lot of things you won't be able to figure out, like the old generation, like they're lost. Like I consider myself somewhat, not as old but not young, and there's stuff I don't understand. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey man, I just figured out do email transfer this year. It's straight up.
I remember that.
You know what I mean? Right? Yes, that's a strange speech right there, man.
Come on.
Right? So this technocracy is another way to oppress our people. I don't give two shits about the other nation. It's our people, man.
Right.
Okay? So you kept it to Tazaric saying, oh, I ain't oppressed. What do you mean you ain't oppressed, man? You know what I mean? Where's the bank that you own, Tazariak? You know what I mean? Where's your shipping yard? There's a Captain Tazaric shipping yard.
If you're not oppressed, how come your face is not on the money like Prince Akeem? How come you're not on the money?
Yeah.
You don't have your own money.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, you can't do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Because you have 3 wives and money, that doesn't mean you're not
Who's
oppressed.
God?
It's a snare onto him, if anything.
Yeah, it's vanity.
I got a quick piece of the back of what you're saying about supremacy. This is 2 Ezra 11 and 5. And it says, moreover, I beheld, and lo, the eagle flew with her feathers, and rained upon earth, and over them that dwell therein. Now this is going to history, Roman Empire. And, the Roman Empire, the pagan Roman Empire, is Babylon, or America today. So that's Esau's kingdom, ruled by Esau. So that's what it's talking about. And then it says, verse 6.
Well, it's like London. Ancient time was called Lindonium, the same place where it is right now, and it was a state in Rome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. No, it's crazy. Fine. Then it says, and rain upon the earth and over all them that dwell therein, because Rome reigned over the known world that time. They were fighting those wars, even though you have Eastern Rome and Western Rome, they split. But before that split, they were a powerhouse. They ran the whole known world, just like America, had their high time in this life too. And then verse 6 says, and I saw that all things under heaven were subject unto her. Right? And no man spake against her.
So this is going to Job 9:24, man. It's showing that the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. Right. So that's not I'm bringing pointing the Arabs out. That's bringing the so-called European nation, man, the Romans.
That's right.
Right?
On subject unto her, and no man spake against her. No, not one creature upon earth. And I behold, and lo, the eagle rose upon her talons and spake to her feathers. Now, not to get too off topic, but that's just going to, the different Caesars that ruled in Rome.
Yeah.
All these feathers. Because they were fighting among themselves, and they were dying, had the year of the 4 emperors, and all this type of stuff, right? But ultimately, the system is Rome.
Right.
And then it says, verse 7.
Because the eagle represents Rome.
Right? Which,
and then that's like if you want to change it to like a branch with, a tree with branches or leaves, right? Will fall up. So I'm just saying in a metaphor type way that the tree represents Rome. In this case, the prophecy during Ezra's time, when he was explaining it, when the angel was explaining it to him, and he got a prophecy, it was a representation of an eagle with feathers. And these are the leaders that came, and these feathers were these leaders, these emperors at that time.
I'm going to go up to verse 2, this hits the point at home. It says, "And I saw, and behold, she spread her wings over all the earth." Now that reminds me of Revelation, when the other nations have drinking of the wine of America, and that's why, you know, I think there is the first tall building, like skyscraper, was in Chicago, and that's where, you know,
Sears Tower.
I think it was Sears Tower, maybe.
That's the tallest one. I think that's one of them. Yeah, yeah.
Like the first one?
Yeah.
So, anyways, and you see, and you look at
The trade centers were first; those got jacked up, and then
Yeah.
but then those towers came after.
Actually, I think it's the Board of Trade because they have. I remember a brother from Chicago was going into it, and he said because back then in the 30s, right, or in that time when it was built, they couldn't actually go to the top and see what was actually there. But now through modern technology, you can see they have the goddess called Demeter on there, the goddess of agriculture on there. So that's on one of the highest towers. So that's one of their idols that they worship. Just some trivia.
Yeah, con. So I was gonna say that, you know, you look at China and all these other nations, they build all their infrastructures based off how America built how Esau built America. So that goes into how she spread her wings upon all the earth, over all the earth, and all the winds of the air blew on her and were gathered together. So they paid tribute. That's why we have monthly bills, just like they did in the Roman Empire. So Captain Caesarea can't be saying he's not oppressed. We all pay tribute, man. Yahweh Shai said, "Give unto Caesar what's Caesar's."
Well, they got a 503c charter, so they don't pay taxes. So that's why he's thinking now, I don't pay taxes.
Oh, is that right?
Well, they got a charter.
Yeah, they have no
Right, that's true.
beautiful exposure. They have no urgency. Hey, that's why you men are at the bottom. Hey, the Lord put you at the bottom because you have no fire in you, because you plan to live here another 20, 30, 40 years and retire and still
Which is
looking to make a soup kitchen, right? And you've been in that soup kitchen for 40 years and it's not working out. And you get 501 charter Cs and it's still not working out. Hey, well, who do you think is actually doing it? Right? It's the Lord exposing you because you're now following this system, this whore, right? Whoring after that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, the gospel truth, man, that's what it's about, right? The eternal truth, right? And it's simple. You're exposed now. You let your men take you let your men take vaccines. How could you do that? So you guys are going off, man. You're exposed.
So I'm
Go ahead.
bring this up really quick. This is I said about Londinium. So Londinium, also known as Roman London, was the capital of Roman Britain during most of the period of Roman rule. It was originally a settlement established on the current site of the city of London around AD 47 to 50. It sat at a key crossing point over the river Thames, which turned the city into a road nexus and a major port, serving as a major commercial center in Roman Britain until its abandonment during the 5th century. So that's why, it's a Roman over again, man.
Right.
You know what I
The
mean?
infrastructure, the outer structure, all of that. And the brother mentioned wine. I just wanted to, the wine that is there, I just need to read the scripture, bringing it down to the point of his dominance. So he's got the wine, he transgressed by wine, and he's running everything. This is Revelation 17:2. It says, "With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have made drunk with the wine of her fornication." That's another loaded precept, but we might get back to that, get back to this, but simply put, there's lots going on there, all right? Simply put, the fornication, it's spiritual fornication in the sense of that's playing out in the way that the brother just mentioned, the infrastructure, their philosophies that goes back to the image of the beast, right? Hey, you got it? Yeah, bring it out. Bring it out, because this is really self-explanatory. We might get back to this.
This is Revelation 13, and I'll start at 11. And I beheld, the main point is at 14. And I beheld the beast coming out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and spake as a dragon. And this is America. Okay, and then the lamb and the horn represents his system of democracy, which is the Republican and Democrat. But one speak loudly.
And
one
also
speak softly.
communism
Yes,
and what they call it? Not communism and democracy.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
It's actually a totalitarian government
yeah.
in disguise.
Yeah, that's
You know,
communism.
that's
It's
why
the
it's
same
like a
bullshit.
lamb, and then it's like a dragon, right?
Yes,
Yeah, there's a draconian.
Yes, the draconian law.
Draconian ways.
And he exalted the power of the first beast, which is what Rome, that the brother was going into, right? Because America is Rome, right? Everything that you see that was in Rome is here, right? Whether it be parliament, the two, like electing leaders,
Senate.
inaugurations,
Senate.
Senate, yes,
All that.
right? Not having a king,
Caligulaism.
Yeah, Caligula. Caligula.
right?
It's a form of do what thy wilt,
Khan.
you know.
Because
That's the man business.
so like real quick, because everything was on a monarch system where you had a king, and you had a son, and that ruled. But the Senate, Rome was the first to actually have a Senate,
Right.
have people vote, you know, a king into rulership instead of it just following the bloodline.
Yeah.
You know,
And a shadow government.
Calm.
Because they had a shadow government back then, just like
Right.
now. The banking families that
Right.
people don't even know are the kings of the earth.
Calm. It's a good term for the
Yeah.
shadow government.
And cause of the earth, and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast, right? It's America making you worship all the sayings and customs of Rome.
Yeah.
Who deadly wound was healed, right? Because Rome it fell in like 325 AD
Yeah.
and
yeah,
came
that's
back
right.
again as they didn't call it
Renaissance.
Rome, yeah, Renaissance, right?
So
Wow.
pagan Rome fell, and then
Khan.
Byzantine.
Yeah, and
Byzantine.
Byzantine, yeah, he
Byzantine.
threw us off from Byzantine, right? And he caught, and he did great wonders, that he maketh fire to come down from heaven on the
Which
earth
is those
in the sight of
missiles.
men. Khan.
Missiles, you know, is what's the other one? The Zeus weapon.
Hiroshima, when he bombed Hiroshima,
Yeah.
the fire
Yeah.
coming out of the heavens.
Right.
Right, and the DO weapons, you know, the direct energy weapons, acronym is DO, right? So you don't mess with this man. They have a thing called the HUG, the hand of God, right? So this is how he had the nations weak, because you know, like he knows he's like talk about China's gonna be powerful. China ain't gonna be powerful nothing, man, because the earth wasn't given to China. Come on, like the Moab can brag all he wants, you know, when he's not ready to give him the hidden hand, through Yahweh Shemashah, you can get it too. You know what I mean?
Well, it talks about in Isaiah about that. Certain scriptures in Isaiah and Jeremiah, and it talks about Moab being a certain part of Moab being destroyed off.
Gun,
I have a precept to back up that point because you mentioned dew,
gun,
because that's a part of also Esau's blessing,
of
right?
heaven.
So it says here, Genesis 27:28, therefore the Most High give thee of the dew of heaven
Wow.
and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine.
Gun.
It's crazy.
So Esau is good about making acronyms. You know, he's in his armed forces, he has all these acronym, and he kind of makes it like SMART, his acronym.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? SWAT. You know, so he used the word do, right,
Yeah.
and made an acronym out of it because like
SWAT.
gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how you know this man's a damn devil, man.
Subtle, man, subtle.
And he's a serpent.
yeah.
That's how a serpent
God.
speak with two tongues,
God.
forked tongue. Just get to the damn point, man.
Yeah, but I
You
don't
know?
remember our age. They had what was Esau's thing, but they don't really say it anymore.
Abbreviation?
Double speak.
Oh,
Double speak,
yeah.
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 The thing. Oh, okay, you remember it. It's
Yeah.
called double speak, but the millennials don't know about that. You said.
I said forked tongue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they would speak. I don't even remember how they used to do it. I was like,
It was like in a certain tone too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They would,
Yeah.
Yeah, like they refer to themselves in the third person.
Yeah.
Right. All that shit fuck you up.
Yeah.
You know? Because when you're new here, you're like, what's this guy talking about, man?
Well, he got in his contract, his legalese contract, when he says, do you understand? He's asking you, do you stand under? But you think he means, do you comprehend what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was speech, man.
Witchcraft.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
There's actually a language you'll
Supposed to be
talk like
understand.
amongst a dialect you'll speak to one another,
Yeah.
like how they would speak in probably a frat or fraternity, which
Yes,
it
sir.
comes from,
Gone.
right? And they would actually have a conversation,
Right.
and I've witnessed it. And I remember used to see Edomite girls when I was young, and they're in high school. They're in high school. I was still in elementary school, and I'd see them do that. Now I knew them. I'm like, the fuck? You guys understand that?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell?
It's called Pig Latner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the story I was just gonna say
Yeah.
that.
That's
Big
it.
Latin.
Pig Latin. That's funny.
Pig
Pigs.
Latin.
What is actually that language called Dog Latin, which is what they use, and it's called ASL, American Sign Language. Okay, so when you see like a stop sign or caution, it's always in capital letters,
Yes.
right? And we see it and think, oh, it's English, but it's not actually English. It's sign language.
Wow.
So just like how you have anything that's an important document, that's what you see. You're seeing sign language, and you accredit to English because English is a derivative of Latin. So when you see Spanish and French, it's the same alphabet as we do, but it's not English. But you think, oh, I know that word. But even when you see the so-called English word, it's not an English word. It's they're talking, but you think you know what it means, but you don't.
Wow.
It's an enchantment.
And that's why your name is in all capital
Gone.
letters on your driver's license,
Gone.
because it's a different language.
Gone.
It's not really you, it's
No.
a company or
Yeah,
a corporation.
it's a legal fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's an enchantment because if you've watched certain movies, right, they'll always like, oh, that's there, and they find the clue. Like, say it's like a mystery Indiana Jones type movie or whatever. They look and they discover and oh, it was right here, and everybody, the masses, didn't even see it, and it was right in there in plain sight,
but
right? So that's how Esau he hides his speech amongst the masses because really it's an enchantment.
Time. It's witchcraft. Let me finish it up. It says here, which is going into what the brothers are saying, and deceiveth, right, them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the womb by a sword and did live, right?
Which is the Roman Empire
Gone.
here revived.
Revived, beautiful, yeah. Papal Rome, we're going into becoming papal Rome now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like they say over here. The saying is one of their sayings is all roads lead to Rome.
Yeah. But when in Rome do as Rome do.
Yes.
I hear that in some